grew up in Northeast Ohio.
Okay.
I went to Miami University. And then when I graduated, a lot of my friends were moving here. And then I moved here. I met my husband. So yeah.
Yeah. And you have 2 kids?
Yes, we have 2 boys. Charlie is 4 and Hayden is 2. So I have a family history of breast cancer. My grandmother had breast cancer. But when she was diagnosed, there was not really any like gene testing. So we weren't sure if she was gene positive. My sister had the genetic testing, it was negative, but it didn't necessarily mean that I was negative how genes work. But I did establish care with a high risk nurse practitioner at UC Barrett Cancer Center. This was last December, so right before 2025. And then in the spring of 2025, I didn't feel anything, but I had like some pain. And so I messaged her and she said, we'll just call you in for a mammogram just to make sure and kind of get some data. When I got that mammogram in late June of 2025, there was calcifications that were shown on it. And prior to that, I had a baseline mammogram in 2023. And so they were able to look back at that and see that there were not calcifications present. So they said it could possibly be from I had finished breastfeeding earlier that year, but they just like wanted to take a look to be sure. So fast forward a week later, I had a biopsy, and that's kind of a couple of days later. They warned me, they're like, it probably isn't anything, but it will come up in your my chart first. And I looked in my chart and it was very long, so I knew it was probably not good news. And so it was positive for invasive ductal carcinoma, which means that it was stage 1. It had spread, not outside the breast, but it had spread. So that means that I had to do chemo, lumpectomy or double mastectomy. And then I luckily did not have to do any radiation because it was stage 1A and no lymph node involvement. But my chemo was 12 weekly rounds of Taxol. And then I chose the double mastectomy with reconstruction. And now mine was HER2 positive. So I'm still on antibody treatment until I finish 1 year of treatment, which would be this summer.
And then you've mentioned chemo, you've mentioned surgeries. Where did blood come into this? Were you receiving blood products throughout treatment?
Yeah, so I did not receive a blood transfusion during treatment, but being in the Barrett Cancer Center in the infusion room, there was multiple people that came in to receive transfusions, not for just cancer, but for other things they did infusions for. But they did monitor my iron levels throughout. They did not get within a range of needing it, but a lot of times cancer patients do. And I don't think that was something that I realized going through this process that, oh, there are people who need blood transfusions who go through treatment. So yeah, that was really eye-opening to me because I thought like when I went to this infusion center, it would strictly just be for chemo, but really it was people were receiving iron transfusions because their iron got so low or from surgery or things like that.
So then your school, or you're a teacher there?
Yes, I'm a teacher at Monfort Heights.
What do you teach?
I teach first grade.
Okay. So they decide to have a blood drive. Tell me about, how you found out about that and that whole experience.
Yeah. So Sophia's mom, Kim Smiley, teaches kindergarten there. And around the same time I was diagnosed, another coworker of ours was also diagnosed with a different type of cancer. And Kim was just like, we want to support you, but we want to do something bigger than like just for you and just for a coworker. We want to make it for all people who are going through this. And so that's kind of how the blood drive came about, which was, amazing. I was at home recovering from surgery, but Kim sent me so many pictures of not just people from like our school building, but she said from all over Northwest and from our community. And she said people even showed up when they saw the bus just saying, hey, can I get a time slot? So it was really amazing.
Yeah. Had you ever donated in the past?
No, I had not. And I had asked my oncologist when I could donate. And she's like, you have to wait a little bit. But I definitely was like, oh, well, I want to give back. I didn't, like you said, like before this, I didn't know that
Yeah.
like people who are going through treatment and cancer need blood transfusions or platelets. Like I just did. I think
Yeah.
like there's not like I think a lot of people don't realize that, I guess.
Yeah, not enough awareness or
Yeah.
education.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. So are you back to working now?
Yes.
And
So
what's life look like for you?
yeah, so luckily my biggest thing was when I got diagnosed that I wanted to like keep a normal routine as much as possible. I have two young kids. I also didn't want to just like sit at home and thinking of worst case scenario. I wanted to keep busy. So luckily during chemo, I was able to go to school a majority of the time. And then for the double mastectomy, I took 4 weeks off of recovering, and then I took some additional time off, like 2 weeks for the reconstruction. But now I'm back to work full time. I still receive the immunotherapy once every 3 weeks, but that's a quick, like 30-minute infusion. And I still have some oral and injection medications, but the big part of the treatment is past me now, which is really amazing. So I'm looking forward to this summer. A lot different than last summer because I got diagnosed like towards the beginning of summer, and last summer looked a lot different. And I wasn't able to like hold my boys, and then I got my port, and I couldn't go in the water for a while. So this summer is going to look a lot different.
What do you want to say to people that are going through something similar? And now that you're kind of on the other side of it, what do you want to say to them?
Yeah. So, well, first, I think it's really important to advocate because cancer does not discriminate based on age. Like, I didn't think at 34 this was on my bingo card. And I also think it's just really important that you advocate if you're of age for a mammogram, that you go and get it routinely. And also, if you're not getting a mammogram routinely, that you do your self checks. And for me, most of the time it's not caused by pain, but for me, mine was so small I could not feel it, but something just did not feel right. And so that's when I reached out to my doctor, and she didn't hesitate to call me in. And so that's kind of where we got the ball rolling. But also, during this cancer treatment, I learned a lot about. I mean, you always hear people say, like, time is precious, life is precious. But now, this past year, I mean, you don't know what tomorrow has in store for you. And also, I just taught, like, there was a lot of this journey that was very, very hard. I've heard this saying before that it's the worst club, but with some of the best people in it. And I truly believe that is true. And also, like, just a lot of gratitude and family and friends and coworkers and community and neighbors, like everybody just willing to help or pick up my boys, or if I was feeling down for chemo, taking them out to do something or bringing me food, or coworkers getting ready things for me at work if I had to be out. Just really takes a village to go through something like this. And there was incredible people.
Yeah. And then to all the people that donated blood and, what do you want to say to all of them?
I just want to say thank you. I mean, I did it. I did not have to receive it, but there were so many people that came through my clinic that needed to receive blood. And I mean, it's also not just for cancer patients. There's also a lot of other patients that do receive blood. I know, like, I saw a lot of pregnant women come in and get transfusions and things like that. So it really does help out, and it's a great way to get involved to help those others.
Yeah, be